Hey, what's going on? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones. Thank you for stopping by the State of the NFL podcast. I ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is a channel where we talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the NFL. Hey, what's going on, sports fans? My name is TJ Jones. Welcome to another edition of the State of the NFL podcast. It's where we talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the National Football League. Before we get started, like I always say, if you can hit the like and subscribe button, it helps the State of the NFL podcast to grow, and I would really appreciate it. On this edition, we're going to be talking about two-way player, wide receiver, and cornerback rookie Travis Hunter. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know who Travis Hunter is, and you know how dynamic he is as a football player. I had a pleasure to watch him throughout his entire collegiate career. He spent 2 of those years at my alma mater of Jackson State University before he transferred to the University of Colorado. And in his final year there, he ended up winning the Heisman freaking trophy, which is absolutely insane, you know, to know that somebody that went to my alma mater actually won the Heisman trophy. Pretty cool stuff. But one thing we know about Travis Hunter is he is one of those players that comes around every generation, you know, like I go say every few years, because what he is doing in the game of football is remarkable, man. His ability to be able to be a playmaker at the wide receiver position as well as the cornerback position. And, you know, now he's transitioning to the NFL. He was the 2nd overall pick. Jacksonville moves up in order to acquire him. And I guess the way they looked at it was, well, we're actually getting 2 players for the price of 1. Because of his ability to be able to play wide receiver and cornerback. Now, the NFL is a completely different beast. I'm not telling anybody anything they don't already know. The best of the best play in the National Football League, and it's completely different. And although it is a different beast, Travis Hunter still wants to be that same two-way player he was at Jackson State, at Colorado. He wants to do that in Jacksonville. And it looks like Jacksonville is going to give him the opportunity to do just that. As a matter of fact, the very first game of preseason for the Jaguars, he will be playing both sides of the ball. Now, I don't know how long. If Jacksonville is smart, it wouldn't be very long. But there are a few NFL players that are kind of skeptical about Travis Hunter being that two-way player he wants to be. And one is all-pro wide receiver Davante Adams. Davante Adams finds a new home with the Los Angeles Rams, and he's poised to have a really good season, having Matthew Stafford throw him the football. But he did give his comments about Travis Hunter and his concerns about him actually playing both sides of the football. This is a little bit of his quote. He says, "I don't think it's possible to do it for real." He says Hunter's playing both ways for his entire career, not at a high level. But I see dudes that just a lot of mileage, and I don't know how long. I'm not even concerned so much if he can do it over the course of a game or a season. It's more like, how long is his career going to be if he's playing that many snaps? All you're doing is just doubling the risk of injury. And I don't wish that on anybody, especially him. I hope he can play an injury-free season and go ball out, but it's just the reality. And that's coming from Davante Adams, which I clearly understand where Davante Adams is coming from, a guy who is a seasoned veteran, been in the league for a long time, had his fair share of injuries in his own right. He knows how tough it can be. And I am a little bit concerned about Travis Hunter. It's not so much about does he have the ability to do it. I think that you have to think about all of the wear and tear. And, you know, you think about his collegiate career. Last season, he averaged 118 snaps per game. Throughout his collegiate career, he's averaged about 115. That is insane that a guy has played that many snaps and never really has been hurt, never has been a concern about him being hurt. But I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have got to be smart about this situation. Football players think they can beat everybody. Football players feel like they are invincible. If you give them opportunity to go out and play, they're going to play. And sometimes these organizations, these coaches have to protect these players from themselves. The Jacksonville Jaguars are probably excited that they have a player that is willing to play both sides of the football and willing to give his all to the organization. And that's fine. But you also want this guy to be around for a very long time. Once again, he is the second pick overall. So you already know organizations drafting a guy this high, they want that player to be around for a very, very long time. And I believe Travis Hunter can. But it is up to him to be smart about how many snaps that he's taken, and also the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, there's been a debate and talk about what side of the football will he excel on. Watching this guy and watching every snap, I got to tell you, I think he can excel on both sides of the football. Like, I've never seen a guy as instinctive on the defensive side of the football and then turn around and give you these incredible wide receiver skills. Like, he's giving you these incredible Odell Beckham, type catches, and he also is giving you these dynamic Deion Sanders-like interceptions, and he's returning them. Like, so I think that he can do both. But once again, the NFL, everybody is good. Everybody is fast. Everybody is strong. And you have a lot of NFL players that are out there that are chomping at the bit to make an unbeliever out of Duval and the Jacksonville Jaguars by saying, hey, this dude going to have to pick a side, because they are looking at this player in Travis Hunter, and they want to go at him. And they feel like they can go out there and beat him, rather it's locking him down from a cornerback spot when he's playing receiver, or running past him as a wide receiver when he's playing cornerback. But he's up to the challenge. I'm talking Travis Hunter. I think that he has all the skills to do that. Do I feel like he's going to be averaging 118 snaps per game? If Jacksonville is smart, that wouldn't be ideal. I think that you can balance it out. Maybe utilize him on one side of the football. If you maybe need a spark or something like that, maybe put him in. But you definitely want to do what's best for Travis Hunter. You want to do what's best for your organization to make sure that this young guy is around. But it's going to be fun to watch Travis Hunter try to play both sides of the football, and hopefully he can excel. Because if he does, then he'll be doing something that very few players could do. I mean, not too many players are as dynamic, right? You think about his old coach, Deion Sanders. He played a little bit of both sides of the football. Credit to Cardell Stewart back in the day. Call him Slash, right? Play a little quarterback, a little wide receiver. And also Saints quarterback, tight end, Swiss Army knife, Taysom Hill, a guy that can do a little bit of everything. So Travis Hunter is going to be in very rare air if he can pull it off.